Morning peeps, welcome back to the vlog. So today we're just going to talk about more about the Evo. Just a few things that from my experience modifying the Evo in the last year that I think I should have done different. Actually don't think, I'm pretty sure I should have done different and should have just wrote down a bigger plan instead of, you know, just going with the flow and then have to redo it afterwards. So this is going to be the 5 things you should think about before modifying your Evo X. Let's get it. Cold start. It is extremely cold. It's actually going to snow tomorrow, so yeah, Evo is going to get a lot of snow, and it is what it is, right? Wait for the car to warm up and then we're going to start this video. Alright peeps, so the first thing on the list is buying the right type Evo. Either you want the Evo 8, Evo 9 or 10. I used to own the 8. I never owned the 9 before, so I can't tell you how it feel like to own it. I have driven it a few times, but you know, driving it and owning it is 2 different things. And Evo 10, this is my second Evo 10, and yeah, I mean, out of the 8 and 10, I had a lot more fun in the 8. I was a little smaller, and I was just, you know, a little younger, so I did a lot of crazy things in the 8. In the 10, I feel like, you know, I feel a little more grown up, more space, especially extra room in the back for kids. I know it's not like family vehicle, but you can also use it as your daily and family vehicle. Just throw your kid in the back is fine because it's a lot wider. But what I mean specifically when I say the right Evo is the right year of the Evo. All right. So, as you guys know, this is the 2015 final edition Evo, which is actually considered 2016 since it didn't really come out to 2016 unless you pre-order it. But the reason why I said this is, although it's a little faster than the other Evo, it also is missing a bunch of stuff considering it's a final edition. Especially if your interior concern like me and the inside is, it came with the rally yard seats. And it didn't come with the Recaro. So the Canada final edition actually comes with the Recaro, which is a lot nicer. It has leather and also has Alcantara in it. But this one comes with the cloth one. It doesn't even come with your regular Recaro seats, which is, you know, obviously it goes hand in hand when you talk about you get an Evo. You obviously gonna tell Recaro is going to Evo. It doesn't even have a nice stereo system in it. It don't have, you know, the Rockford Frostgate subs in the back or anything like that. Not that I really care about it, but it's just nice to have. It does come with a nice different style of paint. Instead of the wicked white, it comes with the pearl white. But you know, overall it's just the interior that gets me a lot. Like I said, the performance wise, obviously when you have an Evo you're not going to stick with stock anyway, so I don't want to talk about more of the performance side on the stock vehicles. But yeah, like my main concern is that's extra money that I have to put inside the Evo that I shouldn't. So if I would have got an Evo, let's say if I got a final edition Canada version, or if I get a 2014 GSR, it'll have the Recaro seat. I don't have to waste that extra $3,000 for seats, and then you're not including the rails, the installation costs, the headaches going into it, and the sliders. You're looking at over $4,000 you could put inside your engine instead of putting it inside an interior. You could get used Recaro, which is $1,000, you know, give or take. You know, if you get a nicer one, it could be like $1,500. But you know, if you're gonna spend that money on seats anyways, might as well get yourself a nice seats. I know there's other brand like Bride and stuff like that you get cheaper, but for an Evo you got to stick with the Recaro. So when you consider buying an Evo to modify it, look through the correct year. You know, which one you want. Would you like the 8? Would you like the 9? Would you like a little older like the 7? Or would you like the new and final ones, or which is the 10s? And before you consider buying, when you buy the 10, consider if, hey man, if I'm gonna get the final edition, or if I get my hands on one, or if I get a 2012, 2014, you know, it has the right interior I want, it has the right, you know, head unit system, subs, whatever, you know, I don't need to mod it. Pretty much what I'm saying is get the Evo that you want and get the stuff that you want already, that you don't want to waste your money on modding like I did. You know, I feel like it's a big waste for me to mod the interior like I am doing right now. I could just put it more into my engine or save it for other parts or even a project car. So just think about it before you actually buy an Evo. With that being said, let's go into the interior. So as I mentioned before, the interior, like I said, when I got this Evo interior, you know, it's not good. You know, I don't like it too well. You know what I'm saying? It has the cloth seat that I didn't really like. I still have it on. Obviously, you guys already know I got the Recaros, but mod it the way you want. Like for this, I do regret, I shouldn't say regret getting this steering wheel, but I could have got a lower brand. I could have got a different brand instead of Carbontastic, because this steering wheel costs over $1,500 and it was a 3-month wait. I mean, it's nice, it looks really good, but you know, overall I could have spent this money wisely. I could have got a different carbon fiber steering wheel, which would have been cost me like $500, a lot cheaper, or get a different type of steering wheel. Doesn't have to be carbon fiber or anything like that. But I mean, I still love this steering wheel, don't get me wrong. Until you start spending big money on, you know, mods that just makes you feel better, you know, it's not really anything consider modification. You know, it's more appearance wise for cosmetic for the vehicle. You know, consider a different type of brand of steering wheel. Also, for me, especially, I should have went straight to getting the cluster I wanted for the Evo. I got it now. I'm still waiting for it to come. I had another custom portion done to the cluster I got, so he's doing it for me. He should get finishing up wrapping it. I'll show you guys once it get here, but I should have went straight to getting the exact cluster I want. So instead of wasting my money and getting this type of gauge holder, which, you know, if you buy this, you could get this used in Facebook Market for around 80 to 100, but you know, for me, you know, it takes a little bit of time for somebody to sell this. So if you buy this brand new, it's 130. Think about it. So instead of wasting that 130, you should just add 170 and get yourself the exact cluster that you want, so you don't have to waste your time with this one. Because now what's going to happen is, once this cluster come, I got to pay a professional because of the certain gauge I got. I couldn't do it, that he has to take this out, move it up to this cluster, add the 2 other gauge I, you know, put in 2 other gauge. So to add the 2 other gauge that I bought already, put into the vehicle. So, you know, that's another expense that you shouldn't, you know, you shouldn't pay for. You shouldn't really pay for. You shouldn't pay for it twice. What I meant. That's what I don't like most. I'm really undecisive when it comes to buying stuff for the vehicle, so I do things twice, which is not really good, you know. So just think about it before you do it, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys remember when I installed the torque solution shifter, the short shifter? Obviously, I still have the bushings all in here, but I don't have the short shifter. I still have the OEM short shifter. You know, I should have done a lot more research before I jumped right into it. Granted, I got a good deal for the torque solution short shifter, but still, I wasted $100 on that, and now I don't have it. You know, and I gave it away. You know, I gave it away, which, you know, I don't mind because I'm not using it. You could resell, but you won't get your money back. So in turn, I lose 50% of what I paid for originally for the short shifter. Now I don't have it no more, so that's another waste of money. I should have saved that $100, save it a couple more $100, and get the exact short shifter I want, which is the WK short shifter I'm gonna get eventually this summer. So that delayed the process, and you know, whatever. Got nothing to complain about the shift knob. I do have a little complaint about this head unit. Got to get that Android. I did a couple research. I'm not gonna get the Tesla head unit because I think one is a little too big for the size of the vehicle. So the Android fits right just around the frame here. So we're gonna stick with that. But yeah, as far as the interior, that's not too much I have to mention. Just like the exterior, just like buying the Evo, make sure you put a list down. That's what I'm trying to get at. List out your things out, but list the things that you gonna buy and not regret buying. That's what I'm trying to say, is don't regret buying these items, because you're not gonna get your money back for what it's worth at all. Everybody knows that modifying your car, you never get your money back whatsoever. So if you're modifying your car and think on the future getting your money back, you're not. You know, you might get some of it back, but you're not going to get the full 100%. So when you're modifying your car, make sure you're 100% sure that's what you want in the vehicle, and you're not going to change it. So that prevents you from spending twice like I do. So don't spend twice, spend only one time, and make sure it is exactly what you want. So the next thing I really want to talk about is exterior mod, what I should have done at the beginning. I do regret doing this a lot. At the beginning, I straight up went and got the carbon fiber, everything pretty much. Carbon fiber front lip, carbon fiber side skirt, carbon fiber splitter, and I went with the carbon fiber rear diffuser as well. Don't regret going with the APR GTC 300 wing. I don't regret going with the carbon fiber vortex generator, or regret getting this carbon fiber hood from Vest Racing, which I had a great deal on Facebook Market, so I don't regret that whatsoever. However, I do regret going with the front lip, splitter, side skirt, and the rear diffuser. The reason why is if you look online, if you look at the Varis Japan website, you could get a full Varis kit for under $5,000. Pretty much the FRP version. I mean, if you want to get a little bit of carbon fiber here and there, it's going to cost a little bit more. So yeah, let's say average around $6,000 for a Varis kit with the front bumper, side skirts, rear bumper, and fenders as well. Or you could go on, you know, obviously I got a used, or you could find a used one and get it a hell of a lot cheaper than what I did. The reason why I regret it a lot is because, one, I bought a lip that the style of the lip didn't match the splitter, which, you know, that's a waste of money. Splitter was almost $400, only resold it for $250. So I already wasted a lot of money right there for the splitter that I bought, couldn't even use. The lip, it was just scratching up the hell out of my bumper. So when I pulled the lip off, not obviously it's an old bumper, this thing right here was extremely scratched. Over here was scratched. Pretty much anywhere where the lip was touching on the paint, completely ruined the paint. So I wouldn't even spend, that lip was around $700. Should never even spend that much for a lip. I should have just went on eBay and got a regular lip, have it on for a while before I switch into a Varis bumper. The side skirt was my biggest mistake. The reason why, I mean, it did look good eventually, but the reason why it is my biggest mistake is because I was originally going to get a side skirt extension, which is just one of those boards on the bottom from either Aerodynamics or GrimmSpeed or whatever the brand is. But I went with Cybon because I was going with the Cybon lip and rear diffuser, so there was no, might as well go with side skirt. But I didn't read into it correctly, paid almost $1,000, a little bit over $1,000 for actual side skirt instead of extension. So it replaced my OEM side skirt instead of just attaching to the OEM side skirt, which is my fault for being dumb and ordering it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't do that. Also, the clips on the OEM didn't even work onto the Cybon side skirt, and it was just hanging on by like 6 freaking little screws. So yeah, that was a big mistake. So if you add the money that I just spent for the side skirt, the front lip, and the splitter, you're looking at almost $2,000 spent already. Almost $2,000 on just those 3 things. Not to mention, I still have this rear diffuser right here. This rear diffuser cost me around $700-800 as well from Cybon. It looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It looks really beautiful. It's a lot better compared to the crappy, stock rear diffuser that the Evo has. But if you add that together, you're looking at almost $3,000, almost $3,000 for just small little replacement. And I mean, it does make the Evo look good, but it doesn't change how the Evo look. It really doesn't, But if you put a full Varis kit on, if you wait a little bit, save a little bit more money, and put a full Varis kit on, the whole Evo look complete. You go wide body, like I originally wanted, or you could just change the whole look of the car. I mean, as you can see right now with the V3 fender, V3 side skirt, and the V1 bumper, the Evo looks just so much different. It has a lot more curb appeal, a lot more airflow, and it, so the main thing, I really wish that I would have went straight for the kit nearly 40%, 40 to 50% of what it was worth. So whatever I bought it for, I lost 40 to 50% from the, you know, the time I bought it to now. So the lip only made $400 something on it, you know, instead of 700. You know, the side skirt only made like five something on it, you know, and I lost almost half of that. So I mean, it just, and obviously the rear diffuser's gonna go because I'm gonna get a new bumper. But so really, guys, really do your research. If you want to go wide body eventually down the future, don't waste your money on high-end parts. Just save your money and go straight to wide body, or go on Facebook Market and buy the cheapest, you know, mods that you got. There's a lot of stuff on Facebook that's really cheap, you know, or eBay as well. Just, you know, go cheap for now if you want, or just save up and go completely balls out, you know, go straight for the kit you want. You know, for me, you know, I definitely regret it. If I could go back to June of last year, I would have ordered the Varus kit and just hang out, wait until then. Maybe it comes in a year, whatever. Just wait until get then, and don't waste my money. And the money I could have just put it over into a different part of the car, especially put more into the engine than anything. As well as the tail light. The tail light was another regret because I bought the Spec D tail light. It burned out on me, and then I went and bought the Varus. So I could have just went straight and bought the Varus tail light instead of wasting money on a Spec D and then going through the hassle, take pictures and trying to sell it on Facebook. So yeah, man, that's definitely one of the things those are definitely the main things I regret doing on the Evo, is I didn't go straight for the body kit or whatever kit I want, you know, and I just went piece by piece in the wrong direction, and then just had to correct my mistake, and then, you know, waste some more money and selling more parts that I could have kept a lot of my stock parts, but, you know, had to sell the stock part just to replace this because I wasn't getting too much value from the pieces I had already. I'm perfectly fine with the wheels, love the wheels, no complaint with the wheels at all. But obviously if I would have went with the kit ahead of time, I would have got different type of wheels because I would have went wide body. Obviously I would have had a wider wheel. So, but you know, it's a lesson learned for me. It's definitely an expensive lesson learned. So I hope you guys, when you guys pick stuff for your car, I just hope you guys, you know, just do your research. Just figure out what's your end game. What's your end game for the car? And once you find out your end game, save up for the end game. Just don't go halfway in like I did, you know, or don't go crazy with the carbon fiber pieces. Make it look good for a couple months and then just take it back out and just, you know, resell it and lose a lot of money on it, which is, it's not good. It's not good at all. Next thing is definitely suspension. All right, I eventually wanted to go airlift because, like I said from the beginning, this car is a show car, but you know, I didn't have enough money to do airlift, and I went with coilovers. Now I'm running a predicament that I have to sell these coilovers, or I have to get airlift and then take these coilovers out. So I'm just pretty much, if I resell these coilovers, it's going to be half of the price of what I bought it for. But you buy it brand new for $1,000, you might sell for $500. You know, that's what the price online now it is. And now you lost $500, which if you would have saved that $1,000, save an extra $2 grand and put $3K on an airlift, brand new airlift performance kit, and then you're done. But yeah, see, that's another issue I went into with. Now coilovers, you know, totally messed up with the coilovers, but it is what it is. All right, peeps, so the last thing I want to talk about is engine mod. The reason why I want to talk about this because I'm in a predicament right now where what should I do next to the engine, and there's some parts that I'm pretty sure that I have to replace after I already replaced it. I'm talking about my injectors, my fuel pump, and my intercooler. Also, as well as a possibly new intake, like I was mentioned, I already have the new upper intercooler piping from AMS that Dan hooked me up with. I need a new metal valve cover, and I got a couple other things that need to be installed and powder coated, but I'm not going to mention that too much. The reason why I'm saying this because I thought I'll be fine with the flex fuel kit. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm fine with just running E85 on a stock block, stock motor. I don't need to go anything crazy. At the time I was thinking, but now I'm thinking I want a little bit more power. I want to push above the 500 mark. With that being said, I do think I need a bigger fuel pump, which is like a 450 wheelbarrow, or new injection, at least you know, 1200 you know, cc injectors. And I'm thinking I should go with a 4-inch intercooler instead of 3.5-inch intercooler. As right now, I'm still thinking about it, I'm still debating it, but the point is I am debating about it. I should have just went straight to the power goals. I actually should have just wrote down my power goal. I went with the flow. I know Kit told me 1,000 times, what do you want to do with the Evo, what's your end game? And I keep telling him this and this and that, but then I change it at the end. So now I'm stuck with a predicament that I have to replace certain stuff again. As you guys remember from my video, how much does it cost going to Flex View? It cost me around 2,000 plus just to get some of these parts. Fuel injection brand new 500, fuel pump brand new 200. Then obviously I went with the brand new intercooler, which is 1,000, not including the Flex View kit, go and tune. And also when you replace this, you have to retune the car. So again, I'm stuck trying to figure out what else I want to do to the Evo. Do I want to push a little bit more power? Do I want to keep it the way it is? I know I told you guys I want the show look, but I feel like the Evo could use a little bit more power, and then I could stick to it. Maybe I could keep the injection and the fuel pump, or maybe I could keep the injector, change the fuel pump, or keep the intercooler, not change the injection, not change the fuel pump, and just change the turbo, go a little bit more power, new manifold, nothing, don't mess with the block at all, or you know, fully rebuild the car. I am in such a big predicament right now that I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. But like I said, now I'm going to have to lose money on things that I already done, and then spend more money to get to where I actually want to go. So pretty much what I'm trying to tell you guys is, hey, figure it out. Figure out what you got, what you want to do as far as power. What's your end game of power? Do you want 400 horsepower? Do you want 500? You want 600? You want it straight to 1,000? Then go from there. Don't be like me. Just say, hey, I'm okay with 400. Now I want to go to 500, 600. So just don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Write down your plan. Make sure you have the end game. Make sure you have a goal, the cost of the parts, what parts you need, and ask for professional help to, you know, pretty much build that list for you. You know, don't wing it like I did, because I did a lot of things and just that, you know, I do regret, and I don't regret, or I should have thought it through, especially this FQ 400 vent. I love it so much, but obviously I didn't expect to get a Various kit so soon, and I wasted money on a, you know, a vent and installation, spent on time, and now I don't even have it. I cut a lot of pieces off of this stock vent, stock intercooler tray, which I'm going to replace anyways because I want carbon fiber. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I did wrong personally, and I should have thought it through a lot more before doing it. So we went through exterior, interior, we went through the engine, went through what type of Evo you should get, and I went through a little bit with suspension work. So you know, I hope you guys got a little bit out of it. You know, don't make the mistake I did, and you know, just continue to build the Evo the way you want it, but build it right the first time. Don't try to, you know, obviously it's not going to be perfect. You're going to have to fix some things here and there, but you know, just try to build it the way you want, guys, and just don't waste more money than you have to, and you're not going to get that money back. I actually promised to show you guys the upper intercooler pipe that Dan gave me last time, but I watched the video, I edited the video, I posted the video, and I totally forgot to show you guys any of that. So here's me showing you guys what it is. He gave it me into this nice little box. Here's a little rattle. All right, guys, so this is what I got from Dan, the AMS upper intercooler piping, AMS performance, but it looks like it's a 2-piece. I thought it was 1 piece. So it's gonna be going like that. Pretty much it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna replace this stock intercooler piping with this 1 piece right here, and I think I got a big elbow extension here. So that's how it's gonna look like, guys, like that. But obviously I'm not gonna put this on yet because I'm getting this powder coated red, as well as repowder coating this intake, powder coating this strap bar, And I think that's pretty much it for, oh, obviously, you know, this is gonna be popped up. I'm gonna have the new metal valve cover in here, and it's gonna be powder coated red as well. So yeah, Evo's gonna look pretty good. I'm actually gonna be able to lift this hood and be like, oh, this car's not stock by this summer. So obviously we're gonna have to get new dress-up bolt, titanium. I'm looking at carbon fiber upper intercooler tray here, maybe a little carbon fiber accents here and there. Obviously you guys remember the Dream Fab catch can, may change the reservoir, maybe put a shield on that, heat shield here, definitely need a heat shield. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's gonna go happen next on the Evo. So yeah, can't wait, really can't wait for it, guys. And appreciate, again, shout out to Dan. Thank you, Dan, for the hookup. He didn't charge me anything, he just totally gave it to me. What a great guy, you know what I'm saying? Dan is such a great guy. Also, he helped, obviously you guys know he helps me out with the Evo a lot. But yeah, those are the things you guys should consider before modding your Evo, or even buying the Evo. So, but anyways, peeps, that's pretty much it for the vlog. I hope you enjoy it. The weather is getting pretty cold. It's supposed to snow for 2 days tomorrow. Maybe we do a snow video. I think the last snow video I tried to do donuts. I pretty much did circles. Obviously I'm not a professional, so yeah, I don't know. We'll think about it. I mean, see if I can get my nephew out to film me, and maybe I could do it. If you guys see the video, that means I did it successfully. If you didn't see the video, that means I did not do it successfully, which I never done it to begin with. But anyways, thanks for tuning into the vlog, peeps, and I'll see you next time. Peace.